It's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team. And we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Louisville, Kentucky, L&N Stadium, home of the Cardinals. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the California Golden Bears, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Louisville Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Golden Bears will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Back to pass, it's Murphy. Here's a hit. And a sack. All the way back at the 5.
This offense already in the black zone, a little bit backed up. How do they want to respond? They come out to throw the football, be aggressive, and this defense was ready, and they got pressure on the quarterback and got a sack on the very first snap.
Fires to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska, once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Makes the grab him outside. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Really nice poise by the quarterback on that throw. He's obviously backed up deep in his own end. He knows he can't take a sack, but all of his focus is downfield on coverage. He finds the matchup he wanted, and it's an explosive play for the offense through the air.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you can tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough that we heard it.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
It'll be 3rd and long. Gonna look downfield again. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
They go to the ground. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. That's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a first down. The Golden Bears have this offense rolling. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
I don't think people understand how valuable it is to be able to hand the ball to your running back and get everyone settled to start the football game, especially when there's production like this. Man, your quarterback feels a little bit more comfortable. The defense feels a little bit uneasy. The offensive line gets settled in. Nice start by this offense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the running back. Headed to the end zone, and you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Cal!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Oh, he wants it all. Makes the grab right down the middle. Early on the Jets. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. No one...
And he launches into the screen. Touchdown, Cardinals! Quick strike touchdown comes out and jumpstarts the offense.
Man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower. We get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Extra point here will tie the game. And he added the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Breaks into the open. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
How about the left side of the line getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, make a big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. I mean, they showed no indication that they could stop it.
I like to go back to it and hurry up, get to the line of scrimmage quick, run it again.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Boone. Makes the grab. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
On 4th down, looking to pass. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
They'll get this drive started from the 29. He let the thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Buying some time. He's going to take off. Quarterback gets the first down. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks.
Well, this guy's getting himself into a rhythm here early. You just saw a beautiful throw in the previous play. Now he's showing off the speed.
Looking for the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track.
Turning it on. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Cardinals.
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And the extra point splits the uprights. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. One final play before the end of the quarter. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Now improvising. Trying to make magic with his feet. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the period, and Louisville has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. And the Golden Bears with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
They're going to go right back to him on first down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Golden Bears can really attack on this second and short. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
And the Golden Bears are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, running back gets the give. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. And with that last carry, into triple digits, over 100 yards for the day.
And he's showing you power, he's showing you speed, he's showing you making this. He really is showing you he's a complete back. And by the way, it's still the first down.
This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Penny. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a fourth down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. Fourth down, you got to have it. You got to be on the same page, and they were there.
Blasted as he lets it go. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Quickly complete. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but we're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Noses ahead to the 30-yard line to pick up with one.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Ball's at the 26. It's third and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Golden Bears!
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Woods. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Let's Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off play action on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Backed up now. Here's second and long. To the air. It's Murphy. Quick completion on the out route. Made a defender miss. Racing down the left side. Inside the 30. Past the 10. And he just can't fly it right away from the crowd. They won't take it in. Touchdown, Louisville! That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability, that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive form.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, you know, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense. And you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Golden Bears are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on 4th down.
And the Golden Bears will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that.
He's got it down the left side. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Here they come 1st and 10 from the 48. Looking to pass. It's Boone. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds.
Looking deep down the right side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. A strike downfield. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Oh, the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? You're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to meet a contested catch on the back end. But he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Back open in the middle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down mark. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. short. They'll try to convert through the air. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a three before they head to the locker room. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Oh, and the attempt is no good. Yellow hankies flying, so let's see if the kicker's going to get another chance. The field goal is no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Cardinals will kick it off to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. It's Boone. Quickly out to the tight end. Still running at the 40. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Fine.
Oh, he's got some space. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket, so he's outside the tackle box. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Pulls it and fires to the left. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fakes the grab. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on 4th down. You're in the 3rd quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. You just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play. They just couldn't get it done.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Pulls it in. It's Petty. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a
shot toward the end zone, and they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And how about this defense really answering the challenge so far today? This offense, you've seen like last week. I mean, they can throw for touchdowns and big yards and big chunk plays. Defense has answered the call, played the deep ball well, played discipline, making this offense really earn everything they get.
And his slips just inside that right upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Out of the gun, the inside give. There he goes. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just great job breaking off the big run. The OC's going to give him the ball some more.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Dropping back, it's Murphy. Fires to the wideout. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He wants to change this route. There's the pressure. Got a man in the middle. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside. And
unleashes one deep. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
And the defense finally stops him, right? He's had a heck of a day, and they're taking a shot down the field to him. And I think they've gone to their go-to guy because he's put up numbers, and he's been productive, and he's got that speed on the outside. Defense has definitely got an eye on him and kind of saying, hey, we've got to make sure we take him away.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Got enough for the first. They'll get it all the way to the 13-yard line before he's forced out of bounds.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense.
Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. So that penalty will wipe away some strong red zone execution and take the score off the board. Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14. Gets open down the middle. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help.
He's trying to get it in. Touchdown, Cardinals! And they add 6 more before that trip to the house. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Buffalo may not be leaving town with a blowout victory, but they'll take a dub away from UB Stadium every time. the Bulls have been racking up road wins since the Bob Deming days, and they'll get another one today. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Hey, Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The give to the back. At the 35, he's loose. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Wants to throw. It's Boone. They're setting up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On target over the middle. And he's down after making the grab. Good pick up there to help them dig out of the hole, but still some work to do to get a first down. And now about this lower intestinal fortitude. 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. He'll keep it on the sneak.
Man, you see this at all levels of football. It's the hardest play to stop. I think everybody's yelling in the stands, QB sneak, QB sneak. It doesn't matter. You know it's coming, but it's so difficult with all those guys, all those bodies to try to stop that quarterback.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Cal! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they finished the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 51 yards out. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Looking for a man. It's Murphy. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On the run, it's Hendricks. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Bickley. Breaks into the open. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the fourth quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down. Better job on second down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
The Cardinals are marching down the field. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Looking to throw, it's Murphy. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
Gonna let it fly. It's in his stride inside the 10. Slippery slide. Flying his way right away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing them go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here. That lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance. Intercepted, and the defense is set him up. Going the other way, and he's got more. Touchdown, Louisville! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
And that just might do it, man. Offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with a big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Bringing it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Back to throw, it's Boone. Grab near the sticks, it's Penny. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
4th and 1. I think everybody in the stadium knew what was coming. It was going to be QB sneak, trying to get some push. Quarterback, see if you can find a crease. Pick up the first. Keep the drive alive.
Wants to throw on first down. He's going to throw deep right side. Makes a grab to the 25, and there's room. Off to the races. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Golden Bears.
quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Woods. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time and took them right to... Turning it on! They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Cardinals just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. The give as they work on that clock. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. The Cardinals come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Ran through the contact. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That count.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Looking for space. It's Bickley. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Cardinals!
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And he tacks on the extra point. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to throw, it's Boone. Got a man, it's Penny. Got room at the 35. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
Fires to the middle. It's complete. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs. Really has the ability to...
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Cal!
The one thing thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. North Texas is running away with this one behind an offense that's been firing on all cylinders. They're up by 22 over New Mexico. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He'll take the deep shot. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
This offense isn't calling the dogs off in this game. We're here late. They're still taking shots, and a big reason why is how good this quarterback has been all game long. 4 touchdown passes. He's reading the defense. He's playing in rhythm. He's throwing on time. He's been accurate. And late in the game, they're still letting him take shots.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. It'll be 3rd and long. Scanning the field, it's Murphy. He wants to go deep.
Late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.